on, everybody? It's March 22nd, 2026. This wasn't planned to do this live today. I just got a lot of stuff to do, but figured I'd just kind of keep this live a little short. So I'll just give it a minute or two, wait for some folks to come on board and to say hi or stick around and listen. But I'll just give it like another minute or two before I start. And it's 93 degrees today in North Texas. Don't talk about where I live or whatever. That's just me. But try to keep it as discreet. That's just me. I'm a very private person. I guess some people may not understand that. But that's cool. But yeah, it's 93 degrees in North Texas. I know, and I've checked over in Houston. It was like it's 83 degrees out there, down over there. It's always humid down there, but I'm not sure if it was humid over there. Then it's gonna drop down later to 67 here in North Texas. So, yep. Really nice out here. It's kind of a little buggy out here. Yeah, it's Texas. Anyway, give it one more minute before I start. All right, about to start. All right. Okay. Well, I've been going through some stuff here. I've been, let's put it this way. I don't think I shared this in my last live, but recently I was, have a new neighbor install a camera at their door. Now their apartment door is adjacent to mine. So when I come home, uh, you know, I'm basically right on their camera lens. So it's quite uncomfortable when you come home in and out and your camera's like right in your face. So I don't need Big Brother, seeing exactly what time I come through the door at my own place. My family don't like it. And I told my family that I said to my family, I was like, rest assured that camera is going to go down. It's going to be removed. So what I did was that I gave the landlord the opportunity to take care of this. So I sent an abatement message. So the landlord decided, to say that they're not going to, do anything about it. So I found a it's a suit, but not for monetary, no money obviously. So I basically filed an abatement, for example, for the court order for them to order the landlord to have that camera removed. Uh, Basically, it's right on my threshold. It's like, yes, there's cameras in different places in the property, but it becomes a problem. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome. So, well, okay, for those that just came in, I'm talking about a situation I had recently about my neighbor, a new neighbor, install a camera right by their door, outside the door frame. But the problem is that both of our doors are literally adjacent towards each other. So when I come home, okay, the apartment, the camera is literally seeing me coming in and out of my entry. So it's a problem, okay? It's very uncomfortable about it. I felt my family, I'm not the only one, but my family, they weren't happy about it, and I was telling them that rest assured, the camera is going to be taken. It's going to be taken down. So anyway, to repeat what I said before, I sent an email message to the landlord, try to see if they could rectify that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do anything. So I had to put together my an abatement, put a proposal order for the judge to sign to have that removed, the camera removed. I put the reason why. I did add it. It is a silver suit. It's not anything for money. This is just a court to order them to have that camera removed. It's literally right on my threshold. Um, so anyway, so the case is still going. Now the attorney reached out to me. They removed the camera. They did. They removed it. So the attorney reached out to me and want to know if I could dismiss the case. Here's the thing. I won't dismiss the case until they create some sort of an agreement, some stipulation agreement. Okay? It's a pretty. I find out quickly that lawyers in situations like this, they like to play a game of bluff. So I'm not going to blink and then dismiss my case. If I dismiss the case, they'll reinstall the damn camera again. Okay? So I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna send. I'm gonna probably have a different hearing about that in regards to, just to make it simple for everybody. I'm not gonna talk legal jargon bullshit. I'm not. I'm just gonna say it very plainly that I'm gonna set a hearing. Far as even though the camera is removed, we're gonna sign like a document for them to sign and agree that there's not going to be any other cameras installed in that apartment, outside that apartment, that covers my pathway, my entry to my door. Okay? I know a lot of people go through this. I'm pretty sure of that. And I know the whole thing is very disturbing to some people. And I understand that these things like this is normalized. But I don't have it in me to accept things. I'm not gonna come home and have a hat on or bow my head down coming to my door because I don't want a camera look in my face. There's a certain limit that I'm willing to take. So I took it upon myself. I researched. I am educated in the legal system. I'm not saying I know everything, but I put things together and I understand what I need to do, and I took action. Okay, and the property lawyer contacted the landlord and had the landlord say, look, you're gonna have to have this thing removed. Okay, but it's a victory. It's a victory. Camera. Now I can walk into my door, not looking at a fucking camera in my face. And that's it. But these cameras, these door cams, all that, it's a big problem. I know that. I learned that these cameras, these Amazon, I think they call it Amazon sidewalk cameras, but there's different models out there that it's not just the person that owns the apartment or the property, whatever, or let's say a house or an apartment building, doesn't matter. You see, you have other parties looking at the camera. You have the police that literally use that camera as a facial recognition. Okay, I look into a lot of these things. You have data brokers, okay, that takes the pieces of your face, facial recognition, and they sell it. These things are not conspiracy theory. I know a lot of people like to shoot to something like that because they just don't understand what these technologies or the intention of these technology is behind. But I know it's all sold through convenience because convenience is a sales pitch that they sell to the public, and it's basically weaponized against people. It's weaponized against your privacy, you know. But anyway, I just want to say that it is a victory that I had that camera taken down. I don't know if I shared this last week or the week before. I wanted to do a PowerPoint presentation on this. My first victory against recently against biometrics. Biometrics is when you use your thumb, or let's say you have an iPhone, and you use, for people that use their phone to log in, like you put the phone in your face, the phone recognizes your face, and boom, you have access to your phone. That's part of the whole biometric stuff. Uh, so at my job, they had this thing, ADP, in regards to putting a thumb. You had to put your thumb there, to clock in. Now, I'm just learning all of this now about the whole biometric stuff. I didn't feel comfortable about it. I didn't like it. I didn't like that I wasn't properly notified at my job. I wasn't given proper consent. They just install the device there and expect you to clock in and out. No, I didn't like that. So what I did was that I sent an email to HR, and this is I want to do a PowerPoint presentation. I have a snapshot of my email. I want to show folks. So I might talk a little bit about this, but I will do a short video about this. So I'm going to probably repeat it, some of the things I'm going to say. So what I did was is that I sent an email to HR, and I basically tell them about, just make it short, that I I don't consent to this. I want to have an alternative as far as clocking in and out. Okay. Then I want to mention that if they don't agree, or if they don't agree, I want to know the policy, okay? The company's policy that give us a choice whether we use the biometric features or not, okay? Also, I mentioned, so HR got back to me. Um, they're gonna work with me, and they said, yeah, we're gonna get you set up with a badge to clock in and out instead of using your thumb and all that. So they started when they saw my email message and how I presented to them. They realized that I think we shouldn't really mess with this person. That's just what I that's just what I see. I don't know. When you get things moving and you share things to people, and such in a way, and you see things moving, I don't know. That's just how I feel. People tend to not really want to mess with you. So anyway, so and it's not anything I didn't. I didn't say anything threatening. I was just basically plainly put it in very simple form about that I do not consent to this, and I want them to provide an alternative for me to clock in and out. Then once that was rolling in regards to removing myself from not punching in using my thumb, I also wanted the employer to provide records that ADP is going to delete all my data, everything off. So they said it got back to me that they contacted ADP, that it's been deleted. Now, I don't have any solid proof it's been deleted, but but I'm gonna keep the email anyway. Okay, I could reach out to ADP myself, but because the employer is the controller, okay, they're the controller, it was best that I contacted them to get that settled. Okay, so that was my first victory of biometrics. Yeah, I no longer able to use my thumb to punch it because they take the pieces of your thumbprints and they sell it to data brokers. You got to look it up. You can look it up. You can find out yourself. There's a lot of things that, folks. There's a lot of things that the way the system works and how your identity is being stolen for profit. Yeah, yeah. It's not so much about your Social Security no more, folks. That's kind of that was like in the 90s or 80s. Identity theft, as far as your Social Security number. No. It's about your, again, whether you use your thumb, whether if you use your facial recognition, your voice. They could use your voice as that. Yeah, everything they could use, they sell. But yeah, that was my first victory. I felt good about it. So, when I was looking at that, combining with the surveillance thing, I'm like, man, I'm on a roll here. I'm like, I'm getting things moving, you know? So I won't keep this long. I won't keep this long. But I know I said this in my couple of live before that I was going to. I'm working on my sixth part of shutting down surveillance, and I've been a little sidetracked now because of I'm going through another legal situation with my job again. Not the biometrics thing, but something else. And they're gonna learn. I'm just it's another legal situation that's gonna be pending. They'll find out real soon that they're like, that they really got themselves in a really big trouble with me. But they'll find out tomorrow. I got to file my paperwork against the company. You know, it's that's I don't know if I want to share that. It's just one of those things I got to take care of business. But I've been sidetracked with that. Um, in regards to oh wow, I'm sorry if the wind. I hope anybody can hear me because of the wind. It's not that windy. It's just the wind is kind of kicking in a little bit. But yeah, it's so yeah. I'm definitely working on the PowerPoint presentation. 6 parts of shutting down, the mass surveillance, and I feel pretty confident about it. The tools, the things I'm learning. Wow, man, you just wouldn't believe the things that they're doing against us. You would not believe. One thing I would say One thing I would say that I learned recently, and as after digging and digging more, it's like the more you dig, it is literally like a rabbit hole. But the more you dig, the more you learn more stuff. That's the beauty thing about it. You got to know where to look. We have, a lot of parents have these baby monitors. Okay, you watch your newborn, but those devices that you put in your newborn's bedroom, all that information is being sold through data brokers. Okay, okay. What you hear or you talk to your baby, all of that is being recorded, and third parties are taking that information. So your child or your whatever privacy that you have is basically being recorded. Okay, I know it's gonna be a little bit like this, unbelievable to accept, but you can look it up yourself. There's a lot of things, man. It's like between your cars or surveillance. There's a lot. I've been running a lot of YouTube clips about your car as a mass surveillance. There's a lot of things about it. Kind of helped me to decide to not buy a brand new car. I'm just gonna probably stick to a pre 2015 car. Honestly, I don't want nothing to do with smart cars. Yeah, that's me. I'm not with the. I like gadgets, you understand, but I don't like how things are being used to invade our privacy. There's a lot of things. So my PowerPoint presentation, the 6 point part, is gonna be packed with so much stuff. It is gonna be overwhelming. I ain't gonna lie, but here's the thing. I'm going to lay it out for anybody that listens to my PowerPoint presentation that um, about how the system works, and how the technology is being used against us in our everyday life. And I'm going to talk about the pressure points or where to attack, meaning how do we stop this? So yeah, it is going to be educational, and it definitely is based on a solution. But it's going to require work on people's part. Okay, all right, it's going to require work. Okay, this is not. I don't post stuff on my channel to some sort of fear rush. I know that it seems to be some channels out there. They seem to get that thrill. I don't know, fear rush. You get everybody all amped up, and you know what I mean. Get people all upset and everything. And there's not a clear fucking plan to do anything. It's just get people all amped up. We got enough of that. A lot of us is amped up about the system, right? We need solution. We need solution. And And I gotta separate myself from the people that's willing to do the work to actually do something. You understand? I mean, it's good to talk about what's going on and come together as people to come together and discuss about the problems we're going through. But if you have no clear plan to do anything, I'm talking about a workable plan, okay? Something that, it's like there's really no point. We just might as well keep our mouth shut and maintain the status quo. That's just the way I think about it, you know? But yeah, I know I'm just a little delayed putting my PowerPoint presentation up, and it will be up soon. So I tell folks that I'm going to get it done at a certain time, and right before I was trying to upload or get things set up, got another I got another challenge my way. So yeah, but I do wanted to tell folks that I have victories. I have small, these little battles. It's the small victories means a lot. It's something, okay? It is something. I stood up for myself. Nobody came and do something for me. I did it myself, okay? All right? I could make YouTube videos and bitch about this and that and everything all day, but I didn't do that. I said to myself and I said to my family, you know, man, the wind is kicking up. I said to my family that I don't like what's going on. I don't like this. Then I'm going to do something about it. That is my attitude. If you don't like it, do something about it. That's the most logical, you know, come up with a solution. What is it? I mean, that's the way the mind's supposed to work. We just been we're just used to being victims and accept things, and not do nothing. We expect somebody to come and save us. I'm like, nobody's not gonna come and save you. You gotta save yourself. You gotta save yourself, man. I mean, be inspired by someone like me that get up and do something about it. Be inspired by someone like me. Yeah. I'm like, wow. Yeah, it takes guts. Yeah, it takes guts. I'm not afraid. Trust me, there's a lot of things I plan to do this year. And I said it in my early, if you check out my other live, I did talk about a lot of things that I plan to do in my live. I know it's a lot, but I'm really excited. I am. I am. I was just telling I was telling a friend of mine, like, I said, damn, I'm going through a legal situation in my home, now my job and that. There's something, it's definitely, I feel like this is definitely, this is not an accident. I really feel like this is I feel like I'm built for this. I'm really built for this. I ain't gonna lie that there's sometimes I feel overwhelmed, but I get right back up and I keep on, plowing through, you know? So I'm built for this. I'm definitely am. I don't know. I just have a fighting spirit. I just don't have it in me. Most people who know me for years and stuff, they say, yeah, once Arch Gabe, once he just get his mind set on something, he's gonna do something about it. Generally, he's gonna do it. He will do it. Um, yeah, I'm just really excited. So I really hope I gotta go. I can't stay long, but I just hope that anybody that comes by and at least be inspired. I don't have any proof to show right now because I'm doing obviously a live. I'm walking, but you know, just be inspired by somebody. I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there don't like to come home and have a damn camera in your damn face that's not yours. I mean, be inspired. Someone like me. I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I'm the only person I know myself that's doing this. I go to YouTube. I haven't hear anybody that has some sort of victory about having a camera taken down. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But be inspired by someone like me that actually done something about it. You understand? Instead of burying my head under the sand and accept the status quo, I got up and done something about it. So yes, I am a go-getter. That is my attitude. Someone like me, it is dangerous to the system. I am a fucking dangerous system. I am. So if you think about it, if it was more people like me, multiply by 10, that people just literally get up, not get sidetracked with the political bullshit, and literally focus what matters the most. Your own personal freedom, okay? Your privacy, your rights to privacy, and you very resourceful. You understand that? If you multiply that by 10 or more, you understand? It's like this system is in serious trouble. This mass surveillance thing won't really it won't exist too long. But yeah, I'm really excited. There's hope. I really, when I look into it and how we could end up defeating the far as mass surveillance, and the way I'm going to go about it, it is lawful, it is legal. It's just a strategy that I look at other people, other channels, other YouTube channels, and you got these other big YouTube channels bringing their lawyers about how they're against mass surveillance. I listen to them. They don't talk about the stuff that not even close to what I put together. Not even close. Okay? So, and it's just, I don't know. I don't understand why, but it's just, I don't know, man. I just think, people have different ways going about things. I think people are looking for somebody in office to do something for the people. I'm like, nobody in office represents us. That is a clear fact. You got to challenge the authority. You got to put them on the frying pan. They don't represent us, the people in office. All right? None of these people represent us. Nobody. Okay? They're about profit. They don't give a damn about your privacy. They don't give a damn what you go through. Period. I think some people out there that believe that someone that's there that in office that care about us is delusional. You're setting yourself up for more frustration. Like, why you do that to yourself? You know? So none of these people in office give a damn about you. They care about profit. They work with these corporations. They want to make money off of your privacy. Okay? So yeah, data brokers is the real situation. It's a real problem. Okay? They have contract with the local government, the federal government. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, I haven't even touched on this lie. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing, and that's the reason why it's important for me I want to do this six-part PowerPoint, because it's going to give a good layout about how this whole shit works. So I'm hoping I get it done this week. I work full time, or my hours, my job has been kind of, again, I'm going through a situation with my job, so it's like I got a lot on my plate, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to accomplish the things that I said I'm going to do. So I'm just trying my best here, I'm just doing what I can. So I really appreciate for anybody that came by. Let me look at the comments here. Sorry, I'm just not used to looking at comments a lot. For a good time to. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? I don't know what you mean by about do something about a cartwheel. Okay. I'm just trying to look here. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this it's really nice out here. I love to be out here longer and talk about things, but for those of you who are new to my channel, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification for all. So when I upload it could be my PowerPoint or anything, you'll be notified. So definitely check out all my clips. Okay. I want to say before I go, folks, and I think I said this clear my last live. My channel, I'm basically a nonpartisan. Okay. I'm an independent person. I'm independent. I don't endorse any political party. I don't endorse any office holder. Okay. I think the government or any political parties don't influence the way I think. Okay. I think on my own 2 feet, and I'm action oriented. So if anybody want to hang around me or want to get to know or you really want to do something about it, okay, like, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, well, stick around my channel and learn, be inspired and learn from the things that I post, okay? The people that take action, the doers, okay, we need more doers than talkers, okay? We got too many talkers, too many talkers. To me, it's just nothing but hot air. I'm like, so I do get a little animated about other people that talk about being aware of something, and there's nothing wrong with that. But being aware of what's going on is only one half. That's only one half. The second half, which is the most important part too, is actually implementing a plan to do something about it. Okay. And again, I cannot say this enough that nobody in office represent us. Nobody does. You are being manipulated. I know when I told my friend this, I said, a lot of people don't want to hear this when I say things like people literally are being manipulated. If they support any political party, if they support any person in office, I guarantee that person is being manipulated by these psychopaths. They are being manipulated. And a lot of people, by design, are outsourcing their thinking because the system, we have been trained that the system does all the thinking for us. They do all the thinking for us. And then another problem, that's another thing I'll point out, folks. Fear, right? Fear has been taught. We're not talking about the fear that you just jump up and something that just bark at you, a dog, whatever. That's natural. So it's a survival mechanism. The kind of fear I'm talking about is the system intimidation. Okay? The system is expansive. It continuously expands. They control you. They show their quote unquote authority. So we have that type of fear has been taught. Religion, organized religion in the several states is nothing but another arm of the state that keep the people in line. That's the truth. I don't care if you're a Christian or Muslim. I don't care. And not to go too far in, because I got to go, but I want to say this real quick. Religion, organized religion, their role is to quell the people, ordinary people, into taking arms against a tyrannical system we have, locally, state, and federal. Okay, so you have somebody that's a God-fearing person. I was a Christian, so they love the soft, gullible Christians that solely like to be obedient to authority. So the church job is to quell the people from taking any type of action against the tyrannical system we have in place. So you got the church, no matter what religion, and you got the political parties and the demagogues. Those things and celebrities are being used to also control the people, the control the public. Influence, that's what it is. Access to the public, that is the key. If you have access to the public and you're popular, quote unquote, a lot of people will just go along with that. People want to feel safe. Wow, someone so-and-so that's in Hollywood, he's saying all the right things, and he like suddenly this actor becomes a political figure now, right? The puppet dictators use celebrities as a tool to control people because a lot of people don't think for themselves and they're idol worshippers, okay? So they say, oh, well, if somebody is such and such fan of this person, and if I could just use him through my campaign, I'm sure to get a lot of votes. I mean, come on. I see that every time. To me, that's elementary. I'm like, that's just easy. I can see all the psychological traps that the system give us every time. Anyway, so to go back with me, so yeah, I'm a nonpartisan. I don't endorse any office holder, okay? So I know it might be hard for some people because you're thinking like, well, what team I'm part of? If you don't support any team, then what do you support? What I support freedom. I support liberty, okay? I talk about law, constitutional laws, okay? I expose corruption of the system, and I talk about how to defeat the system. I think maybe that sets me apart from a lot of people. I think personally, I think so. I'm not saying I'm the only one, but so far, what I see so far, I see, and I go on the internet a lot. I don't see people coming up with a clear plan, or at least a discussion about it. So I'm not about begging people or begging someone in office to hear me. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not about begging nobody. I'm not. I'm gonna use. So I use law. I use law. I use their own administrative law bullshit, and I use that against them. There's other stuff I talk. There's other stuff that I do, but that's it. But that's what I want other people when they come on my channel. I want them to learn things, I do again. I think to me, PowerPoint presentations, I think it's good because it's visualized. I think we all are wired to look at something with something like a kind of like a put together presentation. It's more easier to take in than somebody just talking about it. So I'm really looking forward to it. Uh, yeah, I overextend my time. Do that all the time. But thank you so much. Again, you know, if you're interested, if you are somebody that wants to learn, that you're tired of the same old traps, I definitely suggest you follow my channel. So I'm not about popularity. I'm not about that. I just be myself. I share knowledge to people, whether people want to hear me what I say or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't stop me what I need to do. I live in society, and I'm going to do something about it with or without people. But I do care about people learning, for those that want to learn and apply the knowledge. So, and if you're that person, great. Then we could definitely connect, and we could definitely, you definitely will get something out of my channel. So, anyway, folks, thank you so much. I don't know when I'll come back on live. I don't know, maybe this week. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I'm just trying to see I try to look at a few weeks ahead. I'm not sure right now, but very soon I'll hopefully get this PowerPoint part 1 set up. I really want to upload it so badly. Uh, yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you. Thank you so much, folks, for being here. Until then, I'll see you next time. Take care.